Welcome back to the Black Pill. Today, let's talk about the natural news. Pre 2010, I was a psych tech, and one of my jobs was to walk patients back and forth from supported employment. Once there, my responsibilities were done, and my job was just to sit and observe in case there was trouble. The supported employment folks left magazines and newspapers laying around. Sometimes to pass the time, I would look at them, and there was always the latest copy of the natural news. This publication is a weird phenomenon. It's not the first ever to profit from anti government, anti science stances, but it makes a particular appeal to incredibility. Hmm. And that combines with or drives a persistent popularity. Founder Mike Adams claimed in nearly every publication that he was harassed by the government who didn't want you to know the secrets inside the tabloid pages. Meanwhile, he profited from hawking fake supplements, fake vitamins, fake medical treatments, and fake news. No conspiracy theory too dirty. Hmm. People are vulnerable to this. About the same time, this the sovereign citizen thing was big, and groups stumped around the nation claiming they were suing the federal government over taxation without representation, and their cases had been accepted and join the lawsuit and get paid. And I knew some lovely, otherwise sensible people who fell for this in an age where the internet existed and a quick search would show who these people were, the failed status of their suits. This should be starting to feel familiar now. Along come Alec Jones and Gwyneth Paltrow, fake news and conspiracy theories to sell fake products. Wind turbines kill birds. We'll run out of wind. By the way, buy this cream that does nothing but profit me and fund my fake news activities. The audiences for these materials are vulnerable already. If you say you agree with them, you gain access and you can slide in new fake news to consider. So here's DJT, the most powerful and successful purveyor of fake news ever. He co opted the conspiracy sites, or at least the alt right goons who got him elected did. He co opted Fox News. He more or less, at this point, owns the Republican Party. It's a falsehood that if Republican congressional reps and senators wanted to, they could just ignore him and throw the bum out because he's grabbed all of the fundraising streams and he's pulling in all of Republican fundraising to himself. And so those people have to appease DJT to have money to run campaigns. The ultimate appeal to incredibility, I was voted out, but that's fake news. The election was stolen. I'm the real president because I lost. An appeal to incredibility is a logical fallacy that, as far as I'm aware, has not yet been named because it's so goddamn obvious. Usually, we'd err on the side of an appeal to authority. That is, the fake news doctor, who's also a notary public and spouts coronavirus conspiracy. She's not credible because she has a doctorate. Having a doctorate does not necessarily make one credible. Being published in a peer reviewed publication makes one's work credible. We appeal to consensus and peer review, not to one person's individual title. Dr. Phil McGraw surrendered his license so that he can make whatever statements he wants and they don't have to accord with best practices in psychology. And Dr. Oz is just a gross, disgusting fraud, shoving supplements and God knows what on daytime television using his title. Incredibility is the opposite. They're trying to shut us up because our knowledge is dangerous to them. The government doesn't want you to know what's inside my sticky tabloid. You join the in group, the people blessed with the special knowledge, like Alex Jones. Uh, and then the more that you slip into that in group, the more you become insulated and isolated from any kind of corrective information. This part of how a cult works. Mm. So the TLDR, or too long didn't read in internet lingo, is be really careful of people saying you should believe them because experts don't believe them and the government keeps throwing them in jail. Black pill out.